Welcome to the new studio. 2020 was a year that showed us that working from home is not only something we had to adjust to, but now it's something that should be prioritized. With this in mind, I made it a pretty big goal, both personally and professionally, for 2021 to really put some thought and intent behind designing my home office. As a filmmaker, a designer, an artist, really anybody in the creative space, the space you work in can make or break your creative process. Now that I've moved into this new apartment here in downtown Portland, I've finally had an opportunity to sit down and really design an office that will increase my productivity and hopefully inspire new ideas. I believe a lot of people, especially creatives, really tend to more often than not go about designing their workspace backwards. Like, it's not about the desk or the decor or the lights or your gear. Well, kind of, but really it's about thinking through the whole experience in terms of your actual day-to-day workflow. For me, that can shift pretty drastically depending on the project I'm working on. And so I put a lot of initial thought into the look and practicality I wanted to achieve within the space. I want a space that is energizing, but that I also feel relaxed in. Whether I'm stepping into my office first thing in the morning or I'm pulling an all-nighter to edit a video for you guys, which happens more often than I would like to admit. Just trying to film the A-roll for this video. It's like 2 a.m. Gotta be up at like 8 a.m. And we got a little bean over here snoring on the floor. I tend to work with a lot of loud, energetic music and bright colors when it comes to my commercial projects, so I want my office to be fairly minimalistic rather than bold and distracting. When it comes to color and decor, I chose to keep it pretty simple and neutral with blacks, whites, wood tones, and plains, of course. But to keep it from being too minimalistic, I'm pushing for a variety of different lighting options and textures throughout the space. So the centerpiece for the space obviously is this beautiful standing L desk. For the longest time, I've wanted a standing desk for the obvious health benefits, and also it's really great for shooting, but finding a good L standing desk is not only incredibly expensive, but they're just kind of hard to find in general. Not a lot of companies make them. And so I decided to try and build my own. I found these standing L desk legs from Vivo on Amazon. They're fairly affordable, coming in at around $500, super well built, very easy to assemble. And for the desktop itself, we actually went to Home Depot and picked up these 2 birch butcher blocks, which were unfinished. We put some oil on them to give them a little bit of color and then finished it with a nice polyurethane finish, so it's waterproof and sealed. Shouldn't have to worry about any stains in the future. The obvious benefit to an L desk is that it offers a much larger workspace, makes things on your desk easier to reach, just more usable area, and also because it offers a ton of flexibility when it comes to shooting at my desk here in the studio. Oh, why did this have to get so fucked up? Oh my god. I decided for 2021 to start fresh and pretty much change out the majority of my peripherals. For the monitor, we have the BenQ PD3220U, This is a 32-inch 4K display, the same size that I was using before, which was also from BenQ. This is an incredibly feature-packed display. It has a beautiful IPS panel with 100% sRGB and 95% DCI P3 color coverage, Thunderbolt 3 connectivity, which offers, I think, like 90 watts of charging, perfect for the MacBook Pro. Also has a built-in KVM for switching my mouse and keyboard between my Windows desktop and my MacBook. If you guys want to see more about this display, be sure to let me know down in the comments. As for the speakers, we're now using the Audio Engine A2 Plus. I wanted to go ahead and swap to something a little bit smaller just to save desk space. The Mica PB42Xs, I believe, that I previously had were amazing. They sounded great, but they're just a little bit too big, and I wanted to keep this desk setup fairly clean and simple. As for the mouse, I'm still using the Logitech G903, and the keyboard, we swapped to a wireless keyboard. This is the Logitech MX Keys. I think all of these things combined make for a really clean look, and underneath the mouse and keyboard, I have this beautiful leather desk mat from Grovemade. They sent it out for this video. I came across their products on Instagram and fell in love with the beauty and craftsmanship of some of their stuff. Tons of amazing handmade accessories. If you guys are looking for something like this, a desk mat to go underneath your mouse and keyboard, add a little bit of class and touch to your whole setup, be sure to check out Grovemade down in the description. I wanted to really prioritize cable management, especially the fact that this is a standing desk, and so it's gonna be going up and down, so I want the cables to be really neatly organized. So I picked up a variety of cable management accessories to help me out throughout this process. Edward Lee, one of my good friends, actually put together a really amazing video about how he cable managed his standing desk. I followed some of his steps and actually used that cable raceway track thing, the same one he used in his video. Came out amazing. I highly suggest you check out that video if you guys want to see some information about cable management. If you want to see a more detailed breakdown on mine, just let me know down in the comments and maybe I'll include it in another video. And finally, how do I store and organize all of my camera equipment? Over the last 4 or 5 years, I've been pretty amazed at how much gear I've managed to accumulate. And I'll be the first to tell you that keeping your gear organized and in one place truly impacts your overall workflow. Luckily, my new space here has a pretty good sized closet, so it's made gear organization a lot more simple than it's ever been in the past. And since I use gear in my day-to-day shooting and editing routine, it's important that I organize it based on how available I need it to be. So I did some searching around online and wanted to find those wire metal rack industrial shelving, and actually came across these from this brand. I think it's called Nexel, which actually allowed for custom dimensions. So I measured the closet and specifically found these two sizes that will perfectly fit in here and allow for plenty of storage and also some work surfaces to store gear and kind of work around on if I have any projects. Inside the closet, I'm able to organize and store just about all of my equipment when it comes to lighting, audio, cables, batteries, cameras. I've got my backpacks hanging up on the wall conveniently right in front of me. Over on the left side of the closet, I've got room for light stands, tripods, sandbags. I use these little metal hooks that hook onto the shelving to actually hang up my light stands and some of my smaller tripods. The closet itself had some existing metal shelving, so I took out most of it to make room for my new metal shelves, but left the overhead ones available for some extra storage. What I've learned as I took on this project is that successful creatives think about what they intend to create in their environment. Spaces intended for creative work breed creative content. Instead of just buying the trendy office pieces from IKEA or even splurging at somewhere like West Elm, it's important to take the time to determine what you need in order to create your best work and what your space needs in order to keep you happy for those 8, 9, 10, even more hours a day. My goal for this video wasn't to show off a perfectly complete or a perfectly designed studio, but instead to introduce you guys to this new space and kind of take you through my thought process as I designed an environment that hopefully works best for me and my workflow and creative process. I'm confident that this new setup will inspire new ways of thinking, well into 2021. It's gonna be a little bit of an ongoing experimentation process as I finesse and kind of dial in the lighting. I'll be sure to show you guys a breakdown on the studio lighting setup, so comment down below if you guys are interested in seeing that here soon. With that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up the video here. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys are excited to see more videos in here. Be sure to give the video a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next video.